Hello, my podcast people, and thank you for joining me for yet another episode of my favorite podcast. So today we are talking about the paradox of wanting to help more people. I'm going to jump right into this episode because I think it might end up being a little bit longer, and I am excited to talk about this. I actually spent a much longer time than normal, or than usual, I should say, in outlining this episode. Mainly because I wanted to make sure that I got my point across, and also so that it didn't come across accusatory. This episode is 100% inspired by conversations that I've had, many conversations I've had with clients, where they say, I want to help more people. And now the phrase itself is not problematic. It becomes problematic when it's used in response to frustration about how business is going. That is when I consider it to be a paradoxical statement, or the paradox of wanting to help more people. So y'all know I love me some, Google dictionary to get the definition of things. And so the definition of paradox is a statement or idea that contradicts itself. So this statement, I want to help more people, or wanting to help more people by itself, isn't necessarily contradictory or paradoxical. It's when people use it and they almost weaponize their desire to help people. And they use it during times of frustration, when business is low, or it's at a lull. That's when it becomes a paradox, because typically their actions and their words are contradictory. They're saying they want to help more people, but they're not necessarily doing the things that would help more people. And so I had sat down to create a whole entire episode about this and really kind of dissect what I hear when people say that, and what I would suggest that people do instead, and kind of how to work through this. So again, this is a phrase that I hear pretty much only when business is not doing well. I have yet to hear it used by someone who is experiencing a ton of success, or when they are experiencing success and they're having a period of frustration. Those people, I have not heard them say it. I legitimately only hear it used during business lows, or a lull in business. And then people will be like, but I just want to help people. I just want to help more people. And I don't think that's actually what people mean. I think they do want to help people, but I think that they are using that phrase to mask what they actually want. And that's what we're going to break down in this episode. And of course, I'm going to give you some action items. I want to preface the remainder of this episode by saying that everything I'm saying, I say with love. And I just think it's really important for me to express that, because when you say certain things and you put ideas out there, I think that you put blanket statements out there is what I want to say. When you put blanket statements out there and you do things like a podcast episode where it's just anyone who wants to listen can listen, it can come off the wrong way. It can come off accusatory. And additionally, the folks who might benefit the most from the lesson and whatever's being imparted may not actually internalize it. And it's oftentimes, or maybe they do, but either way, it's oftentimes internalized by people that the message isn't even intended for. And then they take it in really in a really personal way. And that's never my goal. Right? I'm never here to judge anyone. I'm never here to point fingers. Everything I say it with love. I say it with kindness. And I really took a lot of time outlining this because I want to make sure that comes across. Just, real quickly backing it up to that blanket statement. I was walking the other day, and I was walking past the park, and there's a school that's not too far. It's like less than half a mile away from my apartment. And I can always hear them on the loudspeaker when I walk by, and all the kids were in the playground, and you could hear the head person was just basically saying, hey, we have to do this now because there are some of you that don't listen and don't behave. And I was like, those people that aren't behaving probably are not even going to hear this. Meanwhile, there's the kids that are doing just fine. And they're like, you're talking to me? Are you talking to me? All that to say, this episode, I send it with love. And there are specific people that I definitely would love to hear it, that I'm sure they have, maybe you are listening to this, have perhaps said this, or perhaps said the phrase, I just want to help more people. And again, I'm speaking to those folks with kindness, with love, who have said, during periods of frustration, during periods of business lows, I just want to help more people. So here's the thing, right? We're diving into the episode. Let's rip the Band-Aid. Here's the thing. No one owes you anything. In life, in general, no one owes you anything. To that end, if people buy from you, be grateful. If people leave a comment, be grateful. If people like your stuff, they share your stuff, they save your stuff, be grateful for every single one of those interactions, every single one of those transactions, because no one owes you anything. Your decision to join social media and post content does not obligate anyone to consume what you created. Your decision to become a business owner does not obligate people to become customers. Your best bet is to simply express gratitude for the folks who choose to do so, the folks that choose to consume what you create, the folks who choose to become customers of your business. Again, this is not an accusatory episode. This is not saying, oh, you're bad if you said this. My whole shtick is business longevity. My whole shtick is that I don't want suffering for people. I want them to live their best life, build and live their best life. And from a business perspective, I firmly and wholly believe it's the people that enter into online business or proceed with online business that don't have these expectations that do the best. It's people that don't have these expectations that can stay in the game long enough to actually, quote unquote, win, whatever winning looks like. So to me, action item here, a better approach than this, I just want to help more people, is to then ask, use the same words, how can I help more people? There are answers to this, right? So if you're having a period of frustration and what comes out of your mouth is, I just want to help more people. Okay, cool. Now let's ask, how can I help more people? From a purely tactical perspective, number one, if you're like, I just want to help more people, pound the fucking pavement. Go and help locally. I guarantee there are people locally that would benefit from your services. And this can be great, especially if you're just starting, because you can get some of that direct feedback that you actually helped, right? Because I understand the inherent desire to help, right? We're talking about when people say, especially in moments of frustration, I want to help more people. That's different than I want to help people. I understand, craving some feedback that, you are helping and you're feeling good about receiving feedback that what you did and what you're doing helps. And one of the fastest ways to garner that is going to be in person. I said it a zillion times, I'll say it again. The fastest and easiest way to start an online business is in person. A second idea for this, how can I help more people? Free shit. Create free shit. You want more eyes? Cool. Create more free shit. Third one, more content. Put out more stuff. But again, we are not going in with expectations of it being received. If your goal is purely, how can I help more people? How do I reach more people? Cool, you can do more stuff. The last idea here is double and triple and quadruple down on what is actually working now. So if you have a business, you've had some success, you've helped some people, and you want to know how you can help more people, well, do more of what you're doing right now and then give it the time that it takes. Because again, we are not giving with expectations of receiving. It's just, I want to help. Cool. Then put that out there and that's it. Be grateful for those who do choose to receive it. So as it relates to that specific statement of I want to help more people, and this is, again, when it's uttered during moments of frustration, during business lows, when you're not getting new clients, when your launches aren't going as well. I actually hear two things. And again, I am not here to point a bad finger or point a finger at people and be like, how dare you say that? You want better outcomes, you want better answers, ask better questions. And so what I'm actually hearing here when people say I want to help more people is one of two things. One, I want to make more money, which again is not a bad thing in and of itself. That's not a bad statement. I want you to make all the money that you want to make. But I don't want you to, put this is disguise it as I just want to help more people. If you want make more money, cool, then say that. And then we get objective and clinical and figure out how to help you make more money. The second thing that I hear when people say, I just want to help more people is my stuff is good and I think it deserves more attention. Again, I'm going to circle back to what I said to kick this podcast episode off. I say all of this with kindness and love because I know that second statement for some people listening to this can feel very bad. And they're like, no, that's not what I mean. I'm not saying that it definitely is what you mean, but maybe take a moment and think, is it what I actually feel. Because the sooner we can move away from that, the faster you will be at peace with content creation and the fact that maybe you make it and it doesn't get any attention or doesn't get any traction. And you're okay with that because you don't think it deserves it. And when I say this, it's not that you don't think it's good. It's that you're not expecting it. You're not like going into it with this deserving attitude. So to address the first point, if what you're actually saying, right, you are in this moment of frustration, you're in this business lull, and what you said, I want to help more people. If what you actually mean is I want to make more money, awesome. Awesome. Let's talk about that. There are two ways to make more money, two big classifications. One, you sell more stuff to the same people, right? You're ultimately increasing the revenue per customer. Or you sell the same stuff to more people. Those are the only two ways. There's a lot of things you can do underneath each of those, but those are the only two ways. Sell more stuff to the same people, sell the same stuff to more people. As it relates to selling more stuff to the same people, some action items here. First, you want to think, do I have existing offers that could help my current people? Perhaps they've already bought something, but maybe you have something else that you could sell to them. So you could offer them. Right, so this, in the PT world, we call this a reactivation campaign, where maybe you invite them to come back for something else, or you check in to see, like, hey, do you need help again? Within this category, you could also think, is there a new product that makes sense to create for my current customers? I don't love this right off the bat because oftentimes what I see is people just like create a million things for the same audience. It's not wrong to do that, but that has a limit on it, right? The second part of this, which is sell the same stuff to more people, getting more eyes, I do kind of prefer this method, but the main thing that I want you to think about with this is getting clinical and saying what is currently working. What approach is working? What of my offers is working? What is converting? What do people actually want? And then you got to think about, how do I get more people into that pipeline? It's not about necessarily how do I get that offer in front of more people. It's how are people finding it currently? How are they currently finding out about it? How are they currently entering this? Okay, what can I possibly do to increase the volume of that? A few things to consider with this. Number one, be cognizant of how long your sales cycle is. If you sell something, I had an episode about this. If you sell something that has it takes a longer time for that transformation to occur. Don't expect like just huge volumes of people, coming in based on word of mouth, because it takes 6 months, 8 months, 12 months for you to get that transformation with your client. Then it's going to take that long for them to go and tell other people about it, right? This is going to mean this is a new thought here relating to seeing what's working. This is going to mean that you have to get super analytical and really learn what is working, right? You want a different outcome, you're going to have different actions. And perhaps you're sitting there being like, but I just want to be able to do the same thing. Well, that's probably not going to work. So part of this is going to be getting into the weeds, getting into the numbers, really figuring out where people are coming from. And part of that may lead you, or that itself may lead you to just simply realizing that you need more time and that you may have a very small sample size. So when you're going to get analytical, if you're going to get really objective about things, if you think about like scientific method and things like that, the effect that the sample size has. If you're only looking at 2 people, well, that doesn't hold the same weight, the same power as if you're looking at 200 people. So you may need more time to get more people through to figure out, okay, where are they coming from? Where are the people that I'm the best at serving, the people that get the best results? Where are they actually coming from? How are they finding this? Okay, cool. Now I can go and do more of that. Okay, so within this concept of selling the same stuff to new people, first thing I said, figure out what's working. In terms of some action items here, paid traffic, right? And this episode isn't necessarily, I'm not going to go deep down into each of these things, but I just want to put them out there because I don't want to ever just like pose a problem and not give you solutions here. So paid traffic as opposed to the organic traffic route. But podcasts can absolutely be kind of a business hack. I have a whole entire episode about that. Courtney, if you could link it, thank you. Bringing people onto your podcast, because if you are really good you're a really good host, there's a chance that they may put you in front of their people, or they may bring you onto their podcast. That's not the reason that we bring people on, but it is something that can happen. Right? Speaking engagements, that's a great way to get in front of new eyes. I just spoke at Raise the Bar. I spoke at the Kabuki online event. That will definitely bring new eyes to your stuff. This all comes from, yes, you can pitch yourself to be on these things, but getting results for your current people will attract this attention, and that is what will get you onto people's podcasts, or have people asking you to be on their podcast, or having people ask you to speak at their speaking engagements. This is largely going to be a product of time, right? Getting results for your current people, being okay with this long play game, and getting success for them, and their success speaking for itself. Those people actually speaking for you as well, and recommending you to other people, right? Success attracts attention. Okay, so that's the two parts. If you're like, actually what I'm saying when I say that, I want to help more people is I want to make more money. Cool. Those are the two approaches. The second interpretation of I want to help more people is my stuff is really good and I think it deserves more attention. Again, I am interpreting that statement as my stuff is really good and I think it deserves more attention because I hear this statement uttered during business lows. If it was said during a business high, it'd be different, but I've literally never had one client say that when the business is booming. Oftentimes they're like, whoa, I got to figure out where to put people. I got to maybe change some of the systems and structure up. And they're just grateful for this. It's always during business lows when people are like, I just want to help more people. Okay. And what I take away as the second interpretation is my stuff is really good and I think it deserves more attention. It's largely the second part of the statement that I don't love. I want you to have full confidence in your stuff. I want you to be obsessed with it and love it, right? My stuff is really good, period. Love that for you. I want you to know it's the best. I want you to come with that conviction and that confidence. But I want you to market it and talk about your stuff simply because it can help people, not because they need to hear about it. All right? We're going to remove that deservedness from the equation. Okay? Remember, and this is circling back to what we said earlier, no one owes you anything. From a business perspective, I do believe that going in with that mindset will get you everywhere. 0 expectation, 100% appreciation. In writing this episode out, I'm sitting with this and grappling with things, and I do understand that there's a bit of unfairness about this. It almost comes about when I'm saying hey, no one owes you anything. It can come off as shut up and be grateful for what you get. That's not what I'm saying. Yes, there is inherent unfairness, if you will, because not everyone gets to win the online business game. Right? I've referenced that documentary, 20 Feet from Fame, 20 Feet from Stardom, I forget every time, where it talks about backup singers and just not everyone gets to win, and it can be unfair. So yes, I want to acknowledge that. But what I'm saying in terms of the whole feeling of shut up and be grateful for what you get is actually be loud when you are giving. Give 1,000,000 times. Go read The Go-Giver and do everything it says in that book. Be grateful when receiving. Right? Anytime someone chooses to buy from you, to like something, to save it, to share it, be grateful. And then do not expect a direct relationship between the two. So, this episode is largely about the statement, I want to help people, when it is said during times of business frustration. Wanting to help people, wanting to help more people, clearly is not inherently bad. But in this situation, this time of frustration, in my humble opinion, it becomes paradoxical or becomes a paradoxical statement because it directly contradicts what most people are actually, or the actions that most people are actually taking. So what are my suggestions? It's to recap my action items from this episode. If you are finding yourself saying this, you're in a moment of you don't have many clients coming in, or a launch didn't go well, and you're like, I just want to help more people. If that's what comes out of your mouth, you're not a bad person. Here's what I would suggest. Number 1, get clear on what you're actually saying. Is it that you want to make more money? Cool. Go back, rewind the episode, or go to the transcript. We put a lot of time and effort into these episodes. Go back to the transcript. You can search, right? That's part of the reason I do the transcripts. 1, accessibility, but 2, SEO as well, but 3 that you can actually search. Because I have personally gone and used transcripts that way. So if you go to the show notes, or if you go to the actual episode page, which in this case will be themovementmaestro.com/458, it'll take you to the show notes. And one of the links on there will be the transcript. Then you can just do a little Control F, find, and figure out where I said what, or look for when I said what. But the action items, number 1, get clear on what you're actually saying. Are you saying you want to make more money? Okay. Are you saying you deserve more eyes? Okay. Not a bad person either way, but there are action steps. What I suggest that you look to say instead is ask the question, how can I help more people? There are direct action items from that question. And ultimately, doing all of this will shift the energy away from being about what you need and what you want, and making it more about, or fully about, what your people want and what your people actually need. All right. I do believe, I'm looking around at all the things, I do believe that is it. This was an episode. I'm really, really stoked about this episode. Would love to hear any feedback if you have it. But again, this is not an accusatory episode. This is not to make anyone feel bad. It's quite the contrary. I don't want people suffering through online business. There are things, everything is figure outable, to quote whoever it is, Marie Forleo, whoever said it. Everything is figure outable. I am all about action, and let's ask better questions. Let's get some action items out of them, and then let's go and do the thing. All right. That's all I got for you. As always, endlessly appreciative for every single one of you. Until next time, friends, Maestro out.